Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. This is a project I have been procrastinating over for so long, and I think it's because it involves me taking a pair of scissors to one of my favourite things, which is velvet curtains. All around my house is velvet curtains, and I somehow sort of carried on buying them even when all the windows had a curtain. Which is why I made the velvet cloaks, which I don't know how long you've been watching my videos for, but I did a video I think very early last year about making velvet cloaks from curtains. Well, today I'm making a blind from a curtain, which is a hell of a lot easier, I can tell you. Well, I haven't made it yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be easier. So as you can tell from the decor, it is almost Christmas. This probably won't go out till spring. I really wanted to sort out our curtains in this kitchen before Christmas. It just gives a much nicer, cozier, homely feel when you've got curtains up, I think. So we've got one big window here, a big window at the front, so that faces onto a very main road. And I hate the fact that people can see in. It's a very busy road. Most of the time people are just flying past over the speed limit, but I still really don't like the fact that they can see in. And whenever there's like a traffic build up or something and we're in the kitchen, you get people shouting at you and stuff. It's horrible. Anyway, I really want to get on and make this blind, because so against that front window there isn't room for curtains. We've got the fridge butted right up against the window alcove on one side and a plate rack on the other. So yeah, so there's no space for curtains to hang, and also because the sink is right there in front of it, they would get quite spoiled quite quickly, I think. So the idea is to do a roller blind up against that window, but it's a really wide window. It's a really wide window, and you just can't seem to buy them that wide. You'd have to order them made to order, which can be quite expensive. So I bought a kit off eBay, which consists of no instructions on how to quite do this. It's by a company called Any Blind, who obviously make blinds as well, and the instructions are just to fit one of the blinds that they've already made. But I think I can figure this out. So what we've got is a pole. It's got a strip here, which I'm guessing will be hopefully quite strong glue, because it's got to hold up the velvet. And then there's a bit of a groove, so I'm not entirely sure whether I'm meant to stick the end of the fabric into this groove or not. I'm not sure. We'll see how it works. And then this here, this plastic rod, is to insert into the bottom of the blind to give it some weight. And then the other bits and pieces are fittings and the actual cord to roll it up. So today I got out all the curtains I've been collecting over the years, and here, dragging it across, is the massive curtain. And I'm so pleased that actually the width of the curtain is big enough for me to use it as the width of the blind. Oh, there's a mark at the bottom here. I didn't see that before. Oh, that's on the lining. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I will be cutting the lining out. The width I need is 189 centimeters, and these are even wider than that. So it means I'm not even going to need to hem it, because I can use the current hem and I can slide the plastic weight thing through here. And at the sides and at the top, I think I've decided I'm not going to hem it. I'm just going to do an edging stitch so that the sides aren't bulky. I don't want any extra weight that isn't necessary, and just any bulkiness to cause problems with the mechanism. Oh gosh, I feel like this is the longest intro ever. I'm really sorry about that. I'll stop babbling and get out my tape measure. I've lost all my fabric tape measures, so I'm gonna have to use a DIY one, and get my scissors on it. That's scary. Reminding me why I'm not going to make cloaks anymore. Oh my gosh, it's just so hard working with such large pieces of fabric. It really is. How do you get it to all match? I just don't know. I'm just like keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to look alright in the end. Okay, here we go. I've changed to the over edge foot, I think it's called. I've changed to that, and I'm using an overcasting stitch, which on this machine looks like that. It's 0 on this machine. And I found some thread that's near enough the right colour. So, here we go.
Shouldn't this fit in here? Well, I think it might just need a little persuading. Pliers, I think that's bent slightly when I cut it.
So we've just measured the pole, cut it as you just saw. We had to measure very accurately, obviously, the gap. So we first of all put up the end bits, as you can see there and there, and then we measured again between those bits just to be completely accurate. And then we had to minus the measurements for that bit and a little bit there, and then we cut it. I've stupidly sewn up the side of the hem seam, so I'm just going to unpick that quickly. Should I just peel it off in one go?
Yeah.
Oh, Rafiki.
So I guess, what, curl the material round and just touch it onto the top, or roll the whole tube over?
I think the material.
Alright, well, do you want to do that like a little bit at a time, starting from your end and work your way down? I'll keep this in place.
God, the glue it's sticky. Now I know that you can sort of adjust it, it's not quite as scary.
Let's try and roll this as tight as we can make it. Keep pulling it your way because it is quite a way over this last few rolls. I guess it's never going to be rolled up that much anyway. It's not the right saw for this. Alright, should we try putting it up?
Yeah. Okay, so it should just work now.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a little bit more wonky. Oh no, mine it's handmade, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow! Look! Yay!
Happy.
Very. Look at that! We're all blind! After 10 years! Hello again. As you can tell from my last clip, I was very excited to have the blind finally done. It's now been a couple of months and I'm still really pleased with it. I left it sort of not all the way down because just to show you that there is a bit of a sort of wonky bit, if you like, in the middle there. I don't mind that. No, everything in this house is a bit wonky, so a little bit of wonkiness in the blind doesn't bother me at all. It's only a little bit of an ego dent because it sort of shows that I was a little bit incompetent in making the blind in the first place. So overall, I don't know if I would recommend doing a kit. I can't link to the exact one that we bought, but if you go on eBay and type in blind kit, you'll find kits that look exactly the same to the one that we had. It was something I knew was going to be tricky, which is why I kept putting it off. And it was, you saw it looking quite smooth, but actually we did have a couple of hiccups. You know, when I was talking about the measurements for cutting the pole that goes at the top, and we had to take off the measurements of the white plastic bits at either end. Well, we did the opposite. We added them, not took them off. So I was up on the windowsill, then we realised the mistake. At least it was too long and not too short, because if it was too short it would have been a disaster. The other thing was, the first time we put it up, the roller, the cord went the wrong way, and we couldn't get it to roll back up, but Chris just turned the fitting round, I think, at the end, and after that it worked fine, so that wasn't a problem. But again, I was up and down on this windowsill an extra time. And my tip would be, if you are doing it yourself, is when you are actually sticking the fabric to the sticky strip, is not to go from one end to the other, sticking it on stick it on one end, stick it on the other end, stick it on the middle, and then do the quarters as well, because my fabric does stretch, and I think no matter what sort of fabric you would use, it would be very, very difficult to not find yourself with a load extra fabric at the end when you get there, even no matter how many times you've measured it to make sure it's accurate. But I did find that I could pull the fabric off and stick it back on again. I guess if you were using like a voile, then that might not be strong enough, it might just tear. So that's something to bear in mind. Yeah, I don't know, we didn't get any quotes to have a blind made, but definitely if you're a person that wants everything to be dead straight, then I would definitely recommend not trying it yourself. I mean, I measured it over and over and over. I checked everything. I checked all my right angles, so I really don't know how that wobble happened, but it did. And so yeah, it's a lot of effort to go to if you're not going to be happy with the end result, and I'm happy with it. So yeah, that's that really. I know it's a bit of a random video, us making a blind, but if you're thinking of making your own from a kit, I thought it might be quite helpful to see how we got along. Obviously you need to be a bit handy with tools, using a drill either end and the saw, as you saw. Okay, I'll just leave it here before I waffle on too much and say goodbye. I hope it was helpful, or you just enjoyed us climbing about and struggling a bit. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share the link with your friends. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It would be lovely to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.